Logistimatics is a GPS tracking company, but what we're really doing is helping people track the things that they care about most. That's inventory and vehicles and family members and anything you can think of. So we've benefited from kind of like a growing expectation in the world that people will be able to know where those things are.
I started in March of 2016, and then somehow convinced Matt and Brendan that they should join me on this endeavor.
We used to know exactly how many trackers we sold a day, like 7 or 8. And, we were like, hey, Thursday was a great day. We sold 8 trackers. What's up with today? It's Friday. We only sold 6. And living or dying by like 1 or 2 tracker orders was both fun and scary.
It changed so fast. It just really, kind of rounding the corner from the end of 2017 into 2018. We just started to sell and fast. It got fun and hairy in a hurry. We were just started selling hardware and software, a subscription product to go with that hardware.
We would start out on page like 25 of Google search results, and then Matt would work really hard and Brendan would work really hard, and we would end up on page 20 and then 18, and then next thing you know, we're at page 1, 2, or 3. And
we've been lucky the entire time. We've had such an amazing team of people that have built this company along the way, and it's crazy as all of those 7 or 8 people that were with us in 2018. I think probably 6 of them are still with the company and have just really just moved the needle for Logistimatics over the years. We've been really lucky with our team. In late 2019, it was clear that the company was growing quickly, and we were looking for really like a partner that could add not just investment dollars, but really thought leadership and could help us level up. And that's what we got. We had we partnered up with Saltwater, who's been just a terrific ally in this thing, and has really it's been fun to watch version 2 of this emerge over the last 8 months.
I started at Uber in 2013, and Ryan Graves was the first employee at Uber. And so throughout my career at Uber, I had several different roles. I was there through the growth of that company, all the way to IPO. Left Uber, and this past June, I got a email from Ryan Graves. And Ryan Graves is now the CEO of Saltwater Capital, which is based in Hawaii. And he gave me a call and said, the name of the game for me is I'm looking to purchase companies that are healthy, profitable, kind of away from this venture capital space. I'm looking at companies that are going to be here for the long term, that have healthy, sustainable growth and are just really solid. And I'm looking to put somebody in place who can help operate and kind of grow and scale this thing. And Logistimatics was the first company in this portfolio that Saltwater had purchased. What's exciting to me is that traditionally speaking, location data has been integrated into enterprise level customer data stacks. And we believe that there's a real opportunity to take a look at how SMBs, so small and medium-sized businesses, can use location data in their operations. And looking forward, there's a great opportunity to open up access to these insights that can be gathered from location data for these players that maybe otherwise wouldn't have access.
When we hooked up with Saltwater, it was clear to me that there was a cultural match.
Kind of being the business nerd that I am, I understand that there's a major difference between a venture-backed company in Silicon Valley versus business sort of one-to-one fundamentals. And I actually was craving sort of the constraints of your decisions being really thoughtful and impactful for the business. Who you hire is really important. Mistakes have weight, expenses have weight. These things matter. And I think that I operate much more effectively under those sorts of constraints. And it's also just kind of more fun.
I've been in Greensboro for a long time now and love it here. I can see how others may perceive that it's potentially a harder place to start a business than San Francisco even Raleigh. But it's a great town because there's not a whole lot of crazy distractions for you. So if you were in these really high technology areas, instead of actually working on your business, you'd just be distracted by all the bravado and all the venture capitalists, and it would keep you from actually focusing on your business and solving problems for customers and making a business model that's actually profitable.
It's just a great place to start a company. There's a lot of folks who are smart and talented and willing to work and just maybe a little more gritty.
The company that they've built is incredible. It is healthy. It is growing sustainably. The team is probably for me just the most exciting part about the entire organization.
The early days were really fun. I would say traumatic a little bit, like way too much, way too many nights and weekends. But it was a really special time. I think there is always a little bit of mourning as a company grows, but also like kind of the other side of that is really just excitement for what's around the corner.
The team, there's the three guys are so different, in the best ways almost, both personality wise and their skill sets. You've got Matt, who's sort of like this jack of all trades, growth, engineering lean, kind of marketing lean. You got Brendan, who's this like total unicorn of a engineer, hardware, software. You can't just go out and like hire a Brendan. He's just kind of a unicorn. And then you got Jeff, who's honestly sort of like a engineering nerd, and nerd used in the best way possible. He like geeks out on hardware and solutions that we can provide in this space, but he's also just the warmest person you've ever met. And so you pair those things together and it's like, no wonder customers love him. So they, intentional or not, they managed to find each other, and they created magic. And again, I'm just grateful that they're bringing me in the mix. It's people that are feeding families here in Greensboro in a meaningful way and still focused on growth. It's just not growth at all costs. It just feels more responsible. And, also congratulations on being named Entrepreneurs of the Year. You deserve it.
At the very beginning, you feel very, very alone. And you never really feel like, I don't know, you made it or you did something special. You kind of feel like you put one foot in front of the other for a long period of time. And I think that just about any entrepreneur or business owner feels like that.
It's a great honor. I almost, laughed when I heard, because it was so, I just didn't expect it. And it's such a great honor.
I'm really grateful. I think the last award I won was a participation ribbon for T-ball or something. So I'm grateful to have this award. It's meaningful, and I'm glad to share it with my two partners.
It never ends. There's never like one stopping point where you're like, okay, I'm done. Now I've made it, or something like that. So I guess as encouragement to anyone else, if you look around and you're like, I'm doing great work and nobody seems to care or noticed, just know that no matter what you do, the journey has to be the reward. Every little step.